everyone. Today we have Aziel Marques with us on WORST Experience platform. She is going to share her worst experience, which has opened doors for her. Aziel is the recipient of Best Young Principal Award below 40 years by GISR in 2020. Attention parents, how's your child doing in these times? Is she or he getting the right education? What is Aziel's program? GPS for parents, teaching you that you can change things. Become a homeschool expert parent now. Make your baby, who is between 1.5 to 3.5 years old, a lifelong happy learner by finding and polishing their strengths and making them academically strong. Homeschool Expert program helps you to impart professional level education at home to help the parents nurture the child's education strengths and talents by developing a strong educational foundation, confident communication, powerful imagination, and smart thinking. It also helps save more than 2 hours daily by spending time less doing activities and getting 10x positive results. Even less money on education. Having a strong and powerful network with like-minded parents, this is one of the greatest plus points of now. This intelligent program is designed to benefit a wide range of individuals who are interested in positive and healthy mental growth of their children. I request Aziel Marques to switch on your camera. There.
Hello.
Hello, Aziel. How are you?
I'm good, Sujata. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So, how do you feel being here on WORST Experience platform?
Feeling me, it's actually making me feel worse right now. A little conscious, but I think as as your title really mentions that, right? Worst experiences opens great doors ahead. So look forward for this, and thank you for inviting me. I think I'm honored to be a part of this beautiful, impactful initiative that you have started.
It's an honor on our behalf that you have accepted the invitation. Thank you so much. How was life as a child, and a little bit details about that. Your personal.
Sure. So I think as a child, I was very physically active in terms of like I loved playing sports, be it cricket. I think we were one of the few girls who really played cricket back then, nearly 3 decades back or so.
Oh,
And cycling and playing till late night. So I think, yeah, overall, if I consider myself to be more of the physical kind, and yeah, apart from that, would participate, had good time as a child, doing a couple of activities, hanging out with friends. So yeah, and studies being a part of it, though not kind of a studious child, but yeah, managed to escape through.
so I would, I would conclude, Aziel, that that was the best part of your life.
That is one of the most memorable time. I think it was one of the most painful time as well. I think my childhood brought in a lot of happiness, but it also brought in a lot of pain. And that pain is something for which I think I would like to share with you and with uh, the people listening to us, kind of. Yeah. So as a child, as I said, I was physically active. I loved playing. I loved enjoying life, and it was fun. It was super fun. But as I would kept growing, like a couple of years, maybe 4, 5 years on or so, I started realizing that I'm a bit different from others. I started realizing that I really do not fit in, or people really do not understand me, rather. And that was largely because I had speech issues, so mainly stammering and stuttering. So if you would have seen the movie, yeah, so two of them, yeah. So that period from then on was, I think it was really crazy. it I kind of during those days I watched that movie Dar, where Shah Rukh Khan in great voice will say Kirin kind of a thing, right? And that kind of that is called stammering, where you kind of stretch a particular word and you can't say it clearly at one go, right? Where you stammer, picking up one word. For me, it wasn't only about stammering. It was stammering plus stuttering. So instead of saying Kirin, most of my words would be like unclear, like something like this. Kiran. So people will really find it really difficult to understand what I was trying to say, what I was trying to speak, what I was trying to communicate. And you will kind of agree, right? When people don't understand emotions, we feel so hurt. And here I was, yeah, and here I was kind of struggling with, no, forget about people understanding the emotions behind it. People were not able to understand what I was trying to tell them or trying to convey to them. And as a young child, I think that affected me big time. It affected my confidence level and the self-esteem. And as I said earlier, I was a little very participative and that kind of a person. But as I kept growing and started understanding that I really do not fit in this particular world where where most of the conversation happens via speech, and that kind of isolated me from the groups that I belong to. And yeah, I actually stopped participating in sports. I stopped participating in all other activities and kind of isolated myself knowingly, unknowingly, to a large extent where I actually stopped talking.
My God.
And yeah, and that continued even till my adolescent age, till my early adulthood age. And my I remember my mom would say that he said, unless you don't talk, I'm not going to give you food. So even to ask for food or ask for water, I will do a lot of actions at the age of 14 and 15, okay? Not as a child, but at the age of 14 and 15, even to say that, Mama, I want water, a glass of water, or I'm feeling hungry. I will do that with through actions. I would hardly talk.
Oh,
And I think
you
my
would
mom
restrict
had given up
yourself
and she was
from
like,
talking. You would restrict yourself from talking, or you wouldn't was that the apprehensions, or was it you didn't want to do the struggle of trying to communicate what you are asking for?
so So largely it was because of the embarrassment that it brought along, that people could not understand me and I'm trying to kind of convey, but yet people are finding it really difficult to understand what I was trying to say. And more often, it led to a lot of teasing and bullying. It led to friends, neighbors kind of teasing and started using the word totally. Totally means like you're parroting, like that is normally used for to tease a child who stammers and stutters.
I know.
So it brought in a lot of those aspects. So the social emotional level, I think I was pretty low because of the speech issue. It didn't only affect my speech, but it affected the entire being of Aziel, who I am, kind of a thing. So because of that, I kind of started not talking to people, even to family and friends, close friends. So I remember I would literally be quiet and isolate as much as possible, not attend any family gatherings or meaning rarely being a part of such events.
Before we move forward, you know what I like the best about you? The way you talk, the way you speak. Believe me, believe me. Okay, so the first time when I saw you, I mean, she speaks so well. That's what it was that one thing that was very prominent in you. So, what was the journey like? From there to now. So, what brought the change? What was the instinct that brought the change?
Yeah, actually, it's a complete turnaround. I think it's a complete turnaround from who I was till my early adulthood, like till the time I went to college and so. So in college, I think I want I say that it was only one instance. I think slowly, steadily, there were a couple of instances which kept um, telling me within that, okay, Aziel, I think it's high time. You need to break off from the shell that you've created and kind of make yourself heard and make yourself feel much more respected and much more valued than what you're feeling right now. I felt that I have a lot of potentials within me. I felt that if I am able to crack this, I didn't really know that, okay, I'll someday later, this voice will be will turn out to be a blessing in disguise. But during that time, it was just like, I just need to be heard. I just need to feel valued. I just need to be a part of a group, right? And that kind of, so even at the age of 14 and 15, to even say a hi, hello, my name is Aziel. So even to say that simple words, I would struggle. I would struggle big time. And I still remember that practicing day in and day out, nearly 1,000 times in my mind, in front of the mirror, in the washroom, in closed doors. It was a terrible time, even as, because that is a simple thing that any 2 and 3 year old child can say it so confidently and comfortably. And me at that age of 14 and 15, still struggling to kind of introduce myself. So yeah, that started making me feel that no, I think I need to work on myself. I need to um, push myself, push my own limits, and see where it goes. And then there were some opportunities, for example, during college days, early college days, I was like in the classroom. One of the teacher, she kind of posed a question. It was an English class, and I knew the answer. I knew exactly what she was trying to ask and what is the answer to it. But somewhere I could not convey it.
Okay.
And neither was the entire class able to convey. But the other class members, they really did not know the right answer. They were giving other answers. But here I was trying to give the right answers, but yet I was not being able to, like, I was not understood at that point of what I was trying to communicate. And that's when I felt that even though I know uh, what is the right answer, what is the apt answer for this kind of a situation, but if I'm not able to convey it to the other person, then what's the use of having that kind of a knowledge and that kind of a understanding behind it?
Right. Right.
And then I started sharpening myself. Like, even if I have to say one sentence, I will kind of write it down before even saying it out in front of others, right? So that I am able to kind of gather my thoughts, being able to pronounce each word rightly and take those pauses in between per se, so that I am able to give the right, um, I am able to express it in the right manner with the right impact that it has to. So from then on, I kind of started working on each response. So I keep my responses. I used to keep it very short, very brief, maybe just 4 or 5 words, and try to get the essence into it so that I'm able to speak. Nothing else.
Try to manage the best that you could.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I don't know if it was the best, but that was something within my limit, I felt. And I saw myself showing some differences, some positive change in my life through such steps that I started taking and started employing for my own self. So yes, it, as you said, yes, it brought in a good impact per se.
Fantastic. Perfect. I mean, I cannot imagine, like, what you have told about your childhood and what you are now. A fluent speaker, rather, I would say. I really admire the way you speak. Fantastic, Aziel.
Yeah. So actually, it has been a long journey. Thank you. Now, when I look back right from the age of 2 and 3, right from the time that I remember few instances of my life and the struggle that I went through. So remembering all of that, and now when I see where I am, it's kind of opposite. Like, I at that age I could not talk, and right now the only thing that I do is talking. As I conduct a lot of training sessions or sessions with teachers or parents or being with children. That is one of the key aspects that is being a part of who I am right now, actually. Yeah,
Lovely,
so
lovely, lovely.
thank you. Thanks a
More
lot.
power to you, more strength to you, more courage to you. And, you are going to be an inspiration for so many of them.
Thank you. I hope that this uh, touches at least one person, so and brings some hope to that at least one person who requires it the most at this point.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, would you like to share a couple of tips or, course material or what it is which helped you the best?
One thing that really helps me is during my bachelor's, master's years, actually, one of the professor, she mentioned to be slow is the best thing possible.
Mhm.
So in this fast-paced world, we require everything fast, fast, fast. But if you actually see, development happens slowly. The more slow it is, the more it gets time to mature. It gets time to take responsibility. It the foundation is kind of setting it right. So
Right.
I think it's important to give that space that and be slow. It's fine to be slow. It's fine to take time, think about it, and then respond. And I think that is something that really helped me to say that okay, it's fine. Even if I respond after a few minutes, it's fine because I'm taking time to put all my thoughts together, ponder back, and see if it is really making sense, and then try to put those thoughts, attach it with words and feelings to it.
Right.
So being slow is something I truly believe in, and I really found it worth. Everything has a time to it, and we need to give that time and space to it. I literally took, I think, 20 years to come out from that shell of not participating to participating wholeheartedly with that gusto and with that kind of confidence. So, yes, I think that is one key aspect. Take time. Second, would we try to seek professional help that would reduce the stress level and like as I was hit big time with respect to confidence level and esteem level of mine, maybe if a particular at that point it wasn't that known of as well, right? Speech issues and what are the remedies to it.
Right. Right.
Now we have come into a world where everything is just so accessible.
That's
Not
it.
only offline, but even online, you can kind
Right.
of connect and
Right.
get
Right.
it started. And I think the third part, which is key to me, key to my existence, is reflection. I spend a lot of time reflecting on each bit. Like, to be honest, just after the session, I'll be reflecting on how the session went on. What are the things that really
Fantastic.
I do?
That's
Yeah,
very fantastic. That's a very beautiful habit, which as a teacher, I have seen the impact of it.
it is. It is. It helps you. It actually helps you or enables you to celebrate small wins. Oh, last training session, I missed out on these aspects, but I think this today's session really helped me to work on that, and I can see that change. Take time to reflect and see what is going on good with you, so that you can make it best, better, and better, and what's not going on good with you, so that you can work on it and see if that really inhibits your existence. Then what are the remedies that you can take in order to kind of sort those issues out.
Right. So one more strength that I see here is accepting yourself the way you are.
Yeah, I think
At a point,
yes,
yeah. So eventually,
yes,
once you accept, then you are ready to change, or you have the power to change. Until then, what happens? You're resisting it, and then you're getting more frustrated. Getting more desperate. So that's what is one thing I see here, and I
I
really
think yes, point on. Uh, Accepting of oneself was important. I think the major change that came in me was when I started accepting who I was.
Right.
including the speech disorders. I accepted that I had that as well. And yes, I think that brought in a big change in my life.
I can resonate. I can resonate. Lovely, lovely, is it?
And I've seen that happening. I've seen even um, like an 8-year-old boy who could not even walk, jumping, right, with only few months of kind of a proper therapy. And I've seen a lot of things. So there are like if you just take my scenario, what a child normally had to speak in 2 and 3 years old when they were 2, 3 years old. If I started talking at the age of like early adulthood, turnaround is possible with this disorder. And if that's possible in a disorder, it's possible in every scenario possible.
Lovely, Aziel. That's a very beautiful, tip for the anyone who's anyone personally or their loved ones going through such difficulty, and that's fantastic. Beautiful viewpoints, and a very inspirational story. I kept getting goosebumps as you were telling your story, and it was lovely having you here and inspiring the viewers. And I'm sure there's a lot of takeaway from your story, and people are going to take it and apply it. And so anything else that you would like to share, Aziel?
So, Sujata, I would like to thank you largely because for giving me this opportunity to share. I think when I started speaking right now, I started reliving those moments. And now when I go back to those moments, I can see the journey that I've come. So, like the moment or the journey that I have taken, it has been a long journey. It has been a crazy journey altogether. But now, yes, I'm feeling a little good, little happy about things.
You must be
See,
proud.
I started. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Aziel.